Crackers are the unsung heroes of American snacking, always on the cheese board, always in the lunchbox, and always there to save you from eating dip with a spoon. But here's the problem. Most crackers in your grocery store are just expensive lies wrapped in nostalgia. They're refined flour, cheap oils, and enough sodium to make your blood pressure spike before you even open the box. So today, we're ranking 12 cracker brands, 7 that are nutritional frauds engineered to be addictive, and 5 that actually deserve a spot on your cheese board. Subscribe and let's dig into the truth about what's really in your snack drawer. Let's start with the cracker villains. Carr's has been gracing sophisticated cheese boards since 1831, when Jonathan Dodgson Carr started baking in Carlisle, England. The brand built its reputation on British refinement and elegant packaging. Today it's owned by Mondelez International, a global snack conglomerate that knows one simple truth: people will pay more for a pretty box. The problem? These crackers are all show, no substance. The primary ingredient is refined wheat flour, stripped of fiber and nutrients. The delicate texture is just a fancy way of saying impossible to eat just 5. Palm oil is used for texture and shelf life, but it's cheap, highly processed, and linked to inflammation and environmental destruction. Each serving delivers 125 milligrams of sodium and almost no protein or fiber. Here's what kills me. Carr's positions themselves as light and elegant, but nutritionally, they're indistinguishable from the cheapest saltines. The refined flour leads to rapid blood sugar spikes. The palm oil contributes to chronic inflammation. And the portion control? Forget it. The box is engineered for mindless snacking. You look up and half a sleeve is gone. At $3 to $4 a box, you're not paying for quality. You're paying for the illusion that you're sophisticated enough to eat crackers that look like they belong at a royal wedding. The contents? They're a warning wrapped in heritage branding. The bottom line? Fancy packaging, processed reality. If presentation matters more to you than nutrition, Carr's is your brand. Everyone else should keep moving. Nabisco looked at Triscuits and thought, what if we made them thinner and called them whole grain? Triscuit Thin Crisps were born, marketed as a healthier, more snackable version of the original. But don't be fooled by the whole grain label. Yes, there's whole grain wheat in here, but there's also partially hydrogenated oils, the kind of fat the FDA banned in 2015 because it's linked to inflammation and heart disease. Add in sugar, salt, preservatives, and flavor enhancers. And you've got a snack that's more processed than you'd think. The sodium is high. The light, crisp texture makes it dangerously easy to eat multiple servings without realizing it. You think you're having just one serving, and suddenly you've had 600 milligrams of sodium before lunch. Here's the real trick. The whole grain label masks a highly processed formulation. The thinness makes it feel lighter, feel healthier, feel smarter. But it's just a slightly different shape of the same old processed cracker, still made with the same questionable oils, still engineered to be addictive, still designed to make you reach for another handful. The bottom line is, the thinner shape is marketing genius, and so is the nutrition. At $3 to $4 a box, you're not buying a snack. You're buying the feeling of making a smart choice. Let me tell you something, there is no chicken in a biscuit. This snack launched in 1958 and became an icon in the 1970s and 80s. It's the cracker that made you feel like you were eating something chicken-flavored and delicious. It was addictive. It was nostalgic. It was also completely artificial. The flavor comes from a cocktail of synthetic ingredients, MSG, and hydrolyzed soy protein. TBHQ, a chemical preservative used in biodiesel, keeps it shelf-stable for months. Each serving of 12 crackers delivers 230 milligrams of sodium. That's more than half your daily limit, in a few handfuls. School districts have banned chicken in a biscuit, not because kids hated it, because it was too toxic. The sodium levels are extreme. The synthetic ingredients are extreme, and so is the addictiveness. School boards looked at this product and said, no, our kids cannot have this. At $2 to $3 a box, it's cheap. But you're paying for nostalgia, not food. You're paying for the memory of childhood, not the reality of what's in the box. Just because you loved it as a kid doesn't mean it belongs on your adult snack table. If you want a cracker that's more science project than food, this is your brand. But if you want something that schools wouldn't ban from cafeterias, keep walking. Kellogg's Townhouse crackers are marketed as the fancy entertainer's cracker. Buttery, upscale, perfect for cheese boards and parties. They're the cracker you serve when you want people to think you have your life together. The buttery taste is pure illusion. The base is refined white flour, which turns to sugar the moment it hits your digestive system. Palm oil and soybean oil provide texture, but they're highly refined and linked to inflammation. The buttery flavor? It's a blend of synthetic flavors and chemical additives. Not real dairy, not real butter, just chemistry engineered to taste like butter without actually being butter. Corn syrup solids and malt syrup add unexpected sugar. 5 crackers deliver 70 calories, 3 grams fat, and 125 milligrams sodium. But who eats just 5? The box is designed so you can't. Here's the betrayal. Townhouse crackers are engineered to taste like luxury without actually being luxurious. The box promises sophistication. The ingredient list reads like a science experiment. You're not buying a cracker, you're buying a performance. And the performance is a lie. At $3 to $4 a box, you're paying for fancy packaging, aspiration, and processed chemistry. The bottom line, if image matters more to you than ingredients, Townhouse is perfect. If you want real food, look elsewhere. Your cheese board deserves better than crackers that are all hype and zero substance. We love Wheat Thins too, but unfortunately it has ended up on villains list. Wheat Thins have been marketed as a healthy alternative to regular crackers since the 1970s. The name suggests whole wheat goodness, whole grain nutrition, the kind of snack that makes you feel like you're making a smart choice. It's a complete lie. The base is enriched flour, not whole wheat. That means most of the natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals have been stripped away during processing. Canola oil adds fat. Sugar and malt syrup make the crackers more addictive. One serving is 16 crackers and delivers 200 milligrams sodium. Most people eat 2 or 3 servings at a time. Reddit has a perfect take on this. Wheat Thins aren't much different from Cheez-It nutritionally. That's brutal, and it's true. The whole grain label is deceptive. Wheat Thins are highly processed, sugar-laced, and sodium-heavy. They're the cracker equivalent of a health halo, marketed to make you feel better about yourself while delivering absolutely nothing of nutritional value. Here's what kills me. Wheat Thins have convinced generations of snackers that they're making a smart choice. The box screams whole grain. The ingredient list tells a different story. You're not getting nutrition. You're getting marketing that tastes like nutrition. At $3 to $4 a box, you're paying for a lie wrapped in healthy-sounding branding. Not to mention that shrinkflation has reduced the size of the box by 12%, yet kept the price the same. Cheez-It is the king of cheesy snacks. Launched in 1921, instantly recognizable in its bright orange box, and engineered to be absolutely addictive. The flavor is satisfying. The crunch is perfect. The marketing is relentless. And it's a triple threat: refined carbs, unhealthy oils, and sodium overload. The base is enriched flour. Soybean, canola, and palm oils provide fat. Real cheese powder is present, but it's combined with synthetic flavors and colorants. Each serving, 27 crackers, delivers 230 milligrams sodium. The fast-digesting carbs spike your blood sugar and leave you hungry again within an hour. Some varieties contain synthetic dyes banned in Europe and Canada, but perfectly legal to sell in the US under different formulations. Even the reduced fat versions aren't much better. They still use the same base ingredients, just tweaked slightly to sound healthier. Cheez-It is engineered to be addictive, and it works perfectly. The box is a siren song. The contents are a warning. Just because it's orange and crunchy doesn't mean it's good for you. At $3 to $4 a box, you're not buying nutrition. You're buying flavor engineering perfected over a century. If you want something that won't make you feel like you need a nap an hour later, this isn't it. Ritz crackers are the OG of American snacking. Launched in 1934, built on buttery, salty taste and aggressive marketing, every American has eaten a Ritz cracker. Every American should know what's actually in them. The base is refined white flour. Historically, they contained partially hydrogenated oils, trans fats so harmful the FDA banned them in 2015. Today they use palm oil instead, which isn't much better. Added sugar gives an unexpected sweetness. Each serving delivers 180 milligrams sodium. Here's where it gets serious. Ritz crackers have been subject to recalls for salmonella. Internationally, certain Ritz formulations are restricted or banned due to synthetic dyes and trans fats. What's safe in America isn't considered safe in Europe, Canada, or the UK. The whole wheat and reduced fat versions are just as bad. They're still relying on refined flour and cheap oils, just tweaked slightly to sound better. At $2 to $3 a box, Ritz is everywhere. It's convenient, it's familiar. It's a time capsule of 1980s snacking. But you're not paying for nutrition, you're paying for nostalgia, not food. Just because you loved it as a kid doesn't mean it belongs on your adult snack table. Ritz is nostalgic junk food in disguise. The box is familiar. The contents are a warning about what happens when companies prioritize shelf life and profit margins over actual nutrition. Look, I'm not here to tell you to never eat crackers again, so here are the brands that do it differently. The 5 crackers that prove clean snacking is possible. Back to Nature has been making organic, whole grain snacks since 1960. Long before natural was trendy, long before organic was mainstream and profitable. Family-owned and genuinely committed to clean ingredients, they pioneered the entire organic cracker category, and they've never compromised. Their stone-ground wheat crackers are USDA organic, non-GMO, project verified, and made with organic whole wheat flour, brown flaxseed, safflower oil, and sea salt. That's it. The ingredient list is short and transparent. No mystery chemicals, no synthetic anything. No high fructose corn syrup either. Each serving delivers 70 calories, 1 gram sugar, and 150 milligrams sodium. A nutritional profile that actually makes sense. Stone-ground wheat preserves nutrients. Flaxseed adds omega-3s and fiber. The crackers are hearty, flavorful, and actually feel like food. But here's what I love about Back to Nature. They're not just about clean crackers. Their packaging is 100% recycled paperboard. Their inks are soy and flax-based. They partner with the Nature Conservancy to plant trees. At 65 years old, they're still innovating, still improving, still refusing to cut corners. At $4 to $5 a box, you're not just paying for a cracker. You're investing in a company that's been doing this right for longer than most of us have been alive. Back to Nature is the proof that you don't need gimmicks or marketing hype, and you don't need chemistry experiments. You just need real ingredients and genuine commitment to hearty, flavorful snack food. If you want a cracker that's as good for you as it is for the planet, this is it. Suzie's Good Food was the first to bring organic saltines to North America. Not just organic, the first. In a market dominated by Nabisco, they walked in and said, "What if we made saltines the right way?" The result? A revelation. Made in Italy with organic wheat flour, extra virgin olive oil and sea salt. No hydrogenated fats, no cholesterol, non-GMO. Just honest ingredients doing what they're supposed to do? The portion-controlled packets keep them fresh. Not stale crackers that have been sitting in a box for 6 months. Each serving delivers 12 grams protein, which is surprisingly high for a cracker. Here's what kills me. Saltines have been mass-produced for over a century, and nobody thought to just make them with good ingredients. Suzie's did. And the difference is staggering. The flavor is clean. The crunch is perfect. The olive oil adds a subtle richness that makes you realize what you've been missing in every other saltine you've ever eaten. At $4 to $5 a box, Suzie's is more expensive than mass-market saltines. But you're paying for real ingredients and honest flavor. The kind of simplicity that only comes from actual commitment to quality. This is what an honest saltine looks like. Simple, clean, actually good. They were first, and they're still the best. 1 Degree Organic Foods is obsessed with transparency in a way that makes most snack companies look lazy. Every farm and facility is visited personally. Every batch is third-party tested for harmful substances. They publish their supplier relationships. They trace everything. This is transparency taken to an extreme, and it works. Their sprouted brown rice crisps are the result of that obsession. Sprouting activates enzymes and increases nutrient bioavailability. The result is crackers, rich in GABA and antioxidants. The ingredient list is shockingly short: organic sprouted brown rice, coconut sugar, sea salt, and tocopherols, vitamin E. No seed oils, no refined flour, no synthetic anything. Coconut sugar is low glycemic, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar like regular sugar. The crackers are gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, and actually deliver what the box promises. But here's what I respect most. 1 Degree refuses to cut corners. They could make these cheaper. They could use refined oils, add preservatives, tweak the formula. They don't. Because the company was built on a simple belief. If you're going to eat something, it should actually be good for you. At $5 to $6 a box, they're expensive, but you're paying for real nutrition, radical transparency, and actually delivering what they promise. If you want a cracker that's as good for you as it is for your conscience, 1 Degree proves it's possible. Here's a controversial opinion. Trader Joe's multigrain sprouted crackers are the best value to quality ratio in the cracker aisle. Better than most $5 to $6 premium brands, but at $3 to $4 a box. This is rebellion pricing. Made with sprouted whole grains, minimal seed oils, and no synthetic flavors or preservatives. The ingredient list is simple. The fiber content is high. The flavor is hearty and satisfying. Trader Joe's built their entire brand on the idea that you don't have to sacrifice quality for affordability, and these crackers are proof it works. Compare this to Ritz at $2.50 and loaded with palm oil and refined flour. Compare this to Wheat Thins at $3.50 in deceptive marketing. Trader Joe's is in the same price range and actually delivers nutrition that's not just good value, that's a statement. The catch? Trader Joe's rotates products constantly. These may not always be in stock, but when they are, they're a must-buy. Stock up, hoard them. Because once you taste these, mass-market crackers taste like cardboard. At $3 to $4 a box, you're getting sophistication without the premium price tag. You're getting clean ingredients without the health food markup. These crackers are the best value-to-quality ratio. Simple, sprouted, clean. If you want a cracker that's as good for your wallet as it is for your body, Trader Joe's proves it's possible. This is what competition should look like. Simple Mills was founded to create paleo, grain-free snacks with genuinely clean ingredients. Their almond flour crackers are the result. Almond flour, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, sea salt, that's it. No seed oils, no synthetic flavors, no gluten, no nonsense. Each serving delivers heart-healthy fats, protein, and fiber. The crackers are crunchy, subtly nutty, versatile enough to pair with anything: cheese, hummus, eaten plain. They fit paleo, keto, gluten-free, grain-free, and basically every dietary framework. Finally, a cracker without seed oils and processed garbage, says one Amazon reviewer. People aren't just satisfied with these, they're grateful for them. They're sick of compromising, and Simple Mills delivers something that doesn't require compromise. At $5 to $6 a box, they're expensive. But you're paying for actual food, not processed junk engineered to be addictive. You're paying for almond flour from real almonds, flax seeds from real flax plants, salt from the sea. You're paying for the absence of chemicals, not their presence. This is what healthy snacking actually looks like. Clean ingredients that your body recognizes as food. If you want a cracker that's as good for you as it is for your taste buds and doesn't ask you to sacrifice flavor for nutrition, Simple Mills proves it's possible. The cracker aisle is where nostalgia meets nutrition labels, and the results range from transcendent to tragic. They're designed by chemists, not chefs. They're optimized for profit margins, not your health. But the good ones? They're designed by people who actually give a damn. Your cheese deserves better than a cracker that's just a vehicle for salt and sugar. Demand real ingredients. Support the companies that deliver them. Drop a comment about your worst cracker experience. I want to know which brand broke your heart. Until next time, keep your standards high and your snacks worthy of the cheese you put on them.